ghosts live inside our souls, waiting to come alive, turning our hearts cold. My blood is black, it seems through the cracks. If I could take
All right, welcome back. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got our finals now here for DreamHack Summer 2015 Qualifier number 4. Reason Gaming versus Bad Monkey Gaming here in a best of 3. Straight up best of 3. Winner of this goes to DreamHack Summer 2015. Loser will only have one more try next weekend. And who knows what can happen with 8 teams going at it. Once again, from the beginning, nothing's guaranteed at all. So you can safely say these two teams, they want to win now and be done with it. With that said, I'm joined by my co-caster once again, Mathematical here. We've made it. Perhaps the two teams that a lot of people expected to be here, but it's not been an easy journey.
Definitely not. I mean, it does seem like BMG's finally overcoming that little roster adaptation issue that they had. And at the same time, remember, Reason, 2 different ringers yesterday and today, but Seth performing very well. He played 2 different roles. He played a support, and then we saw him on Carry Puppet Master too. So very versatile player, and both teams going to have to use all their might to overcome this.
Yeah. So excited to see how this one plays out here. Again, this also being the first really big event since patch 3.7 came out. So we've definitely seen some changes kind of popping in here and there throughout. It's been a lot of fun with that. So as usual, also kind of intrigued to see how that shapes up now here into the finals. But already an interesting start here coming out. Let's start with the bands initially. Of course, Kinesis, Warbeast, Midas, Swiftblade. There's a lot of respect there, especially Kinesis coming out. But Moira into Puppet Master, and then Meraxis into Dark Lady. So look at the BMG, Dark Lady and Puppet Master. Back to back.
Guns a-blazing, yeah. And Meraxis making another appearance here, so huge.
Yeah, Reason Gaming perhaps also maybe researching a little bit in that semifinal series from BMG that they played both of those games Meraxis and did very well with it. So yeah, getting it for themselves. But Riftwalker to finish it off with Root of Z here. That's always fun to watch.
But I gotta say, I like Legion picks so far. Realizing that Puppet Master Dark Lady, it's greedy. I mean, they're really going to have to get farm on those heroes before they can take over the game. Or at least that's how it's looking so far. So the Ophelia pickup makes a lot of sense and shows the direction that Reason's going to be trying. Maybe a little too early, but they're kind of showing that they want to take it early. But, I mean, Ophelia's probably would have been banned, so a good pickup for sure.
And part of me also wonders how much of these... Like, obviously, I mean, BMG, by all means, they can play Dark Lady. They can play Puppet Master, too. But picking up both of them, it's almost like they did that to almost take it away from Reason. You know, almost worry that maybe they were going to maybe pick up the Dark Lady themselves. So they end up with both of them, though.
Very possible.
And the idea of laning it now is a question, you know. They don't usually do this. They don't usually run this style here. I mean, 2 carries is one thing, but if anything, it would be then a suicide carry, something like a Swiftblade or even the Madman, as we've been seeing lately.
Yeah.
But
Definitely Swiftblade was banned out there, and Madman's still a viable option, though, for sure. So
that would be a lot of farm to go around. Bans, though, to follow Voodoo Jester. That's interesting. And a Corrupted Disciple, Behemoth, and a Valkyrie, Magnus into Arachna. Even so...
Yeah, Fusen picked Voodoo Jester, I think, twice in the DreamHack Qualifier number 3, so and he had a lot of success with it, so maybe that's the reasoning behind that. But, yeah, I mean, it's not like they needed a damaging support hero with the type of presence they're building, so I don't know.
Well, now the 4th pick for Reason Gaming. Got plenty of time to decide with it, as they're just starting to dive into that extra time. But, okay, yeah, Quincy right there confirming. Picked it once.
He did pick it once. Okay.
He has the stats. He knows what he's saying. Riftwalker, speaking of stats, you see right there on paper, 75% win percentage, but it's even higher in the hands of Root of Z. That's the craziest thing. It's like, what is it, Quincy? It's like 80% at least, if not higher. They do not lose often with this hero, basically. So there's that Madman pickup coming out from Reason, actually. So I wonder, they don't have a carry yet. Is that going to be their carry here now?
It could be either way. And they don't have a suicide really either. I mean, I suppose Moira, we never see her in it. She has a little bit of potential to do so. So it's very unlikely that Madman could be either one.
Yeah.
But there's not too many other really good suicides out there. I mean, they banned out the Midas and that would fit their team well. So maybe that's the case.
To clarify, guys, I know we haven't actually brought this up today, but again, this being one of the first big events since the patch 3.7 came out, banned heroes, a lot of the rework heroes, Hellbringer, Wild Soul, Keeper of the Forest, all banned out. Riptide initially, he actually is in tournament rules. However, it's decided to be manually banned. Again, it's just a little too drastic of changes, and the players and admins and whatnot decided to manually ban him. So he's also banned. And then, of course, there's your Deadlift and your Parallax, who just came out, those heroes too. But other than that, everyone should be available.
And worth noting, with a lot of questions, Merrick's Bounty too. It's definitely it's not allowed yet. So.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, that's also an item that they decided not to allow, which, again, I find a little unfortunate. I mean, I could see why he wants to make sure it's not too crazy at the same time, but Lex Talionis was allowed initially.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's kind of a similar item, just a support-heavy item that, I don't know, maybe wouldn't be too crazy, but hey, it's banned. So.
Yeah, and I gotta say that I haven't seen it picked up in scrims either, so I don't know if that's because they know it's not allowed in the tournament, so they don't want to get used to it, or they just don't think that it's ultimately viable. But it's definitely really good, useful.
Yeah.
And I think once it's allowed, we'll definitely see more of it.
All right, so they go with Clanks, hero that we both of these teams actually tend to run a bit, especially Baltazar, in fact. But yeah, Imba Boy going to be playing it here, so that does answer. Madman more than likely going to be a Suicide Madman coming out. Engineer, by the way, picked out for BMG as well, so that's their main support, very likely. And then with Root of Z playing that secondary support role, so they've been right-clicking the Lord South Forest.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely can't pick a jungler here, and
Deadwood.
that could be a Suicide Deadwood. Because they don't really have a suicide hero. Thought maybe they'd run like a dual lane, but
it's kind of funny because Zane is actually a player known to do that. Now he's on the other side, of course. So I don't think any other team really runs a Suicide Deadwood, though.
I mean, to me, it makes sense, though. I mean, he's pretty good at escaping. He's pretty tanky, and he's able to get a lot of last hits. I don't think it's too difficult to run him successfully in the suicide position. Because the team's going to want to deny a lot of experience from him, make sure he never hits level 6, but that opens up the other lanes, of course, if they dedicate too many resources on him. But yeah, I mean, they could run it multiple ways, so we'll have to see where they put this TDL and Puppet Master first.
I wonder if we may see a trial lane even, something like a Puppet Master trial lane. You got Puppet, Rift, and Engineer, possibly. Going aggressive. You got Deadwood middle, and then but Deadwood does buy boots, and he's being played by Maka here, so it looks like he's going to end up in the long lane. Yeah, shout out to the Caldivar help, just in case you don't know the map. Good for new players. All 5 of them are coming down here, though. Going to clash with Reason Gaming, perhaps.
For sure.
Ooh, it's getting close. Okay, Madman stalking in. Look at that, using the shards of Hardcon. Gonna see what they go for. Looks like they want to go for Darkly. Now they switch to Riftwalker. Yeah, she's in a horrible spot. Riftwalker goes down. And Bloodlust kill just like that for the Legion side. So Riftwalker got in.
It's always tricky, those kind of fights, because somebody is going to get out of position. Like, you don't know if you want to commit. You don't really know unless you do the math. I mean, which team has the advantage at this point, so...
Yeah, getting picked off, so she's going to obviously be able to resurrect and get to the lane now by all means, but that's a big start for the Legion side. All the assists, and Seth actually on the Moraxis getting credit right there.
It could be possible that they were trying to roam in there so that Fusen could mine up the Legion camp and put a damper on Ophelia.
Oh, yeah.
You see that he did get one ward down, but they're not going to let Engineer get in there and do that. So good heads-up plays by Reason, expecting that and taking care of it.
Yeah, you see the level 1 mines right there. Most certainly. And again, BMG went up against this Engineer strategy of taking advantage of the new mines here and trying to block it themselves. You're right. They're unable to do it. And look at even he's being boxed out now. Near's making sure to not let him do it, at least easily. And he's going to go toe-to-toe with him. So I need to be a little bit careful because those mines do a lot of burst damage. So
Do-do.
Yeah.
Hey, but Deadwood is in a pretty good position, but he realizes that Moira's busy boxing out him, so he might go toe-to-toe with Clanks here and try to get some farm while he can.
Even that's not necessarily easy, though. Obviously, Clank's being the range himself, and
Yeah.
every single time he comes to show him, and he doesn't have a shield. He went that boots first, so yeah, he's taking a lot of good damage.
Yeah, and they didn't even really pull him any type of regen. One set of tangos, that was it. Or Blightstones, so.
Yeah, that's going to be difficult. Why would they go Deadwood? I guess he is good against Clanks. I think that might be the biggest reason to the Rotten Grass to hold Clanks in place from the nice immobilize there, perhaps. But
Yeah. And you would expect, though, that if he doesn't have a good start, he's not going to be able to create the space for those two carries that they need, so. It's definitely going to be tricky. I would like to see... Yeah, he did get clear cutting, so if they take too much harassment, he can clear cut his way in and just at least leech experience. And I think that's all he needs. If he can find his way to 6 relatively quickly, I mean, in a suicide roll, then he'll be off to a good start. He doesn't so much need farm, really.
yeah. So again, Boxy playing Puppet Master. Not a hero we see him on often, but happens to be the case here.
Yeah, they had to solo mid the Puppet Master. I didn't want to call him to be wrong, but I was really anticipating that's what they were going to do.
This skin's pretty sick. It's one of the judges that came out recently. So, anyways, yeah, he's probably having I assume pretty good time. 13-6 compared to Morax's 8-0 currently. So yeah, not too surprised there. That range advantage especially.
See how aggressive Madman's playing up top here?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not even afraid. I guess that's the power of Madman, but he's running out of regen too.
Riftwalker, again, Ruta Z, very comfortable with this hero. I would think the shared existence would be a fantastic harassing tool, but he is choosing to pass it up. But again, I think that comes back to that's just how he's used to playing it, more farming style. Now, bottom lane, Mackie does get picked off. I got caught up talking about descriptions and whatnot.
Yeah, he didn't want to blow his health potion yet, I guess, and he was out of regen, so they just popped him real quick. Shards of Harkon stun.
Yeah, the Suicide Deadwood, a very greedy choice there by BMG. So again, I would love to hear the logic from Houston and the team as to why they chose it here. Because other than what I was talking about with the Clanks, I guess he's decent against that, but really it's not. It's a very greedy choice, and this is kind of why he definitely is a very vulnerable hero, despite even having the clear cutting. I mean,
I'm surprised he should have just like clear cut out from the outpost downward and try to leech experience off the side. You're gonna get denied every creep, but. I mean, other than that, he's just popping regen and getting risky, getting himself low enough to die.
Jeez, you're right there, 2 and 9.
Yeah, really bad success rate.
Yeah, and again, I'm pretty sure Zane probably has most of those, and so it's a lot of it's just on that one player. That's just at least somewhat comfortable with it. But yeah, you got to figure this is not also the most comfortable thing. Doubt Mackey's ran this a lot, at least in the suicide roll. Anyways, Dark Lady, he does have the Ring of the Teacher. Finished on her, so obviously after a great start, I'm sure her farm 23 and 12, yeah. So despite Madman being pretty aggressive, he's Dark Lady is doing just fine up there. Deadwood roaming around. He actually does find Ophelia. Missed the Rotten Grasp though. If he hit that, that's probably a kill. And now he's in trouble. Moira coming in, the illusion to cut him off. However, the clear cutting will help him get away initially.
Yeah, but I think this is what he needs to do. All day he's been having a fairly good time in the lane. So we didn't get to see how he would react to a lane where he was in trouble. Now this roaming on Ophelia, uh-oh.
No, double damage. Madman coming out of nowhere, it seems like. And Nier gets credit for the kill even. So, yep, Deadwood eventually found. Gets picked off,
It's going to be interesting to see how Mighty Marcus now, how he plays in a lane that he doesn't have like such an early advantage on, if he's going to be able to recover. But I mean, he's at least level 4. He's almost level 6, and then I feel like he can still set up ganks, even though he's been, struggling so far. He's still on par with Madman's levels, despite dying twice.
Another thing with Clanks, of course, is you want to stack that jungle for him if possible. Obviously, they got into Ophelia, so she's going to want to farm a bit of it. But it looks like they are stacking it here. But it does seem like Ophelia, in the end, is going to be the one farming it. But, the point being, Clanks, of course, can transition into there, gets that lackey of his. as well as even the Guten squad could use it early on. The Thunderclaw especially, I'm sure we're going to see on him. Very good synergy farming. Oh, middle lane, Midas. Or excuse me, not Midas. Moraxis. He is fine, though. Pops the Arcane Shield, and the Matrax actually was used right there. You see it's up.
Yeah.
Mitigate.
Better safe than sorry. He's not going to be getting aggressive with it at this point in the game, so I think it was a good choice. At least saved his life.
Keeps him alive, at least. That's important. But Puppet Master continues to have a very good time in the middle lane, with that said. 39 and 22 now. So yeah, this dual carry strategy of Bad Monkey Gaming is, well, both of the carries are doing very well here, but it does taper off a lot after that. Supporting cast, not so much. And speaking of that, Deadwood again in a lot of trouble here. There's no chance to get away. The second a stun hits, there's very likely going to be a kill.
But like you said, I mean, they are constantly dedicating a lot of resources to shutting this Deadwood down, and at the same time, it's a 100% free farm Dark Lady. He doesn't even have anybody in the lane. And then they haven't even attempted to gank Puppet Master once, and he's winning against Moraxis, so they're getting the farm on the crucial heroes. That's for sure.
They are. As you say that, though, here comes that gank attempt into the middle lane. However, Puppet Master seems like he's somewhat aware. Now, he doesn't have the best vision. I don't think, there's no vision necessarily near the Conquer Pit or anything. He's just really, I guess, Spider Sense Stingling. No, they're missing. And is going to play it safe instead. So, happen to be pretty good timing right there. Triple stack Ancients on the Hellborn side, by the way. Those are going to be spotted. Those could very likely be stolen.
Puppet's got a major totem, so probably a tablet. I think we've seen it out a couple times on Puppet, especially Boxy. Loves mobility, so
how far they're diving. But again, it's just because they can. That at the same time is almost the downside of running this very heavy dual carry strategy. Like, they're both going to just want to sit back and farm in their lanes. They probably knew that they didn't have TPs, and that's a tower kill. Jeez.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. And the Ancients, they're going to lose these Ancients too, so that's really bad.
Yep. Yeah, this Deadwood choice, it really goes back to that. Mackey, you cannot blame the player here. This is all the hero. He was not set up to have a good time as a Suicide Deadwood, and it is showing big time. So they're really going to be banking on the Dark Lady carry factor. Obviously, Puppet Master getting his start too. They're going to need them to have a good start. You mentioned the tablet choice on Puppet Master. I don't know. What do you think?
I could see the utilization. I mean, with the Dark Lady carry, I think it's better that they don't go full on like super duper carry build and a little bit more utility on the Puppet Master. It makes sense. Oh, so it's going to be an Energizer.
Okay.
That'll be, I would have liked the tablet, though. I mean, if you get initiated on by Moraxis, you could save him. It's intelligence, so it gives him damage. Whereas the Energizer is pretty much all agility, right? I mean, it's just, it's going to give him attack speed and move speed a little bit. So
yeah, some armor. I mean, there's definitely some benefits, but yeah, that is, it's a little funky seeing it on a Puppet Master.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'm not a fan of that as much. If he was going to go with that, I might as well get an Assassin Shroud. But hey, fair, we'll see how it works out here.
Yes, once more the team idea that having that phase effect as well as the burst speed. But again, Mackey died, by the way. I mean, he's 0-5-0 now, 9 minutes into the game. But it's not so much his death that's the biggest deal. Hell, he's level 6. He's got strategy. You know what? That's all right. But it's the fact he's given up 5 kills to this Legion side, specifically Clanks, who's now 3-0-2 and now 525 gold per minute. Hell, he's been doing great in Creep Farm, but you had 5 hero kills that he's been involved in. On top of that, it's no wonder that he's this high.
It's the super duper fast Thunderclaw, and he's already annihilating stacks. Then they stole the Ancients too.
Yeah.
So it's hurt them a lot. I didn't think it was going to be that bad of a choice, the Deadwood, but he got punished really bad.
Yep.
And he didn't roam as much as he probably should have, realizing that it was a death every time he went down there.
Well, and you also got to really respect what Reason's doing here, too. Again, they already pushed the bottom 2 towers. They're going to the middle now to group up. This is it's one thing to deal with Suicide, but again, overall, it's just a greedy lineup. They went with the Puppet Master as well as the Dark Lady on top of that. This is a lineup that wants to sit back, farm, and eventually win the game that way. So, for Reason Gaming, they knew that, of course, from the beginning, and they are most certainly doing what they can to take every bit of advantage of it as they are here. So, not going all out in the middle lane just yet. You see BMG setting up kind of around here, the rotten grass. They have a ward aside, spotting Clinks over here. They know we are going to see a commitment, though. Engineer going to be picked off right off the bat. As now Deadwood in the front lines. He gets gone on. He goes down yet again, though. Black hole is going to hit right there. However, you see Riftwalker needed to fall back. Wormhole, excuse me. Anyways, Puppet Master trying to stand his ground. That's not going to happen, though. Reason Game is going to win this game. I mean, this game's over.
Wars.
This game's pretty much over already.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking that way, especially with the lineup they built. It was a lineup that had to do good early, and it is getting really good early. You see Ophelia's already got those 2 push items. And I really think it comes down to maybe they should have somehow committed more to try to block those Ophelia camps. They gave up pretty early, and Ophelia's had a huge impact on the game now.
Yeah.
Pushing these towers like crazy. I
Yeah.
think they were banking on shutting her down.
Yeah, just a little, no doubt. Yeah, they went level 1 level 1 mines and engineering again. That's 100% what they were planning to do. You're right. They didn't necessarily invest as much into it as they probably should have. Gold efficiency that's actually real. Wow, 182%. So they're pretty efficient when it comes to their gold farm. Yeah, it's basically that's just saying with all the kills and okay, so. But the point is, it's pretty damn high, and probably even the highest it's ever been here.
Miraxis just rushed straight into PK too. He's not wasting any time. Oh,
Yeah.
he got Steam Boots also.
Did
Never
he?
mind.
Okay, on top of that.
So wow, his farm's incredible. Also, 400 GPM.
Yeah, I mean when they're pushing towers and getting all these kills as a team, that
yeah.
you know makes sense obviously. So what's going on now? Okay, so I guess maybe a little too ahead of myself at saying the game's over because Dark Liddy. She is farming very well, nearly 400 gold per minute, and this is without a Rune Cleaver. But that's the thing with Dark Lady, though. Rune Cleaver is great, and it helps Flash farm, but that just means even more farm on top of that. She's still not going to be ready to be involved just yet.
Yeah.
In fights. And that means more tower kills now for Reason here.
Yeah, and the fact that they are grouping up and pushing so
Oh.
much, there's a dead TDL.
Clinks finds her.
Soloed by
Didn't even
Clinks.
see that. Yeah, it's a shame that I missed that because I would love to know how that happened. But yeah, somehow finds her. She might have been low. But anyways, also in the middle lane, Puppet Master gets found too. The Shards of Harkon hit, and there's no chance for him to get away. I think BMG could be eyeing that 15-minute mark now.
Yeah,
that.
no, she was jungling with like 380 HP. That was the last I've seen of her. So Clanks has a ward up there by Nier, so he saw him the whole time. I guess he just snuck up with his hawk and got the kill. But Deadwood even has a lesser chance of making any sort of comeback because they're grouping up so much. Deadwood's like that pick-off hero, you know, get a kill, run off with your Falcon Punch, but he can't do that because they're holding hands, whether it's 2 and 3 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just.
it's not happening. That's
And here
gonna be
comes the
another
last outer tower.
Someone mid. But
True.
Oh boy, we're not even 15 minutes in, and they have 5 towers kill. That's obviously big. For these
Fusen
guys.
must have been paying attention, or oh no, Fusen was the one who warded back behind the tower in the other game. That's why he put that rev ward there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Just making sure.
he's like, I remember when we were pushing this hard, we had vision all the way in front of our base.
Figures they might be doing the same. Not necessarily, but it's really not been needed, of course. This could be, I mean, this is going to be the only chance really for BMG right here. If they maybe get a jump right here and something goes their way, perhaps this game's still going on. Oh, the mines, they're going to be taken out by the Minotaurs. So at least they kill the Minotaurs, but he was hoping for a hero kill there, definitely. Deadwood yet again, oh, that was Puppet Master, excuse me, goes down. And now the tower is going to fall. Very likely, oh, maybe not actually.
Maybe.
In the background, there is the big worm! Oh, it doesn't get much bigger than that. And they kill Clinks, actually. They do take out Moira. The rest of them, though, going to remain alive, and now they're turning. Obviously, Deadwood dying throughout that as well as Dark Lady. Riftwalker, she is going to be able to escape in the end. As you do
one
see over
more.
here, Engineer, nice keg stun.
Dang it. One more axe, we would have got the immobilize. I haven't seen it happen yet. He
Oh, that's
landed
true.
3, and then the dang keg stun knocked him off.
Son of a bitch.
It's pretty hard to really stack 4 axes. I mean, you got to be chasing for a while.
That is true, yeah. But
When
they
you
get the
get-
tower kill in the end.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the potential is there. If Hellborn could have delayed longer, if they can still somehow delay this game longer, you see Riftwalker, NG, and then the sweeping strikes coming in. Like, that's that's a nice team fight there if they can execute it.
Yeah, I got to see that wormhole once again. Well, the replay right here. I mean, you can't ask for much better than that. You can't. I mean, it literally hit all 5 heroes. So, as far as that execution goes, I mean, that was pretty much, like I said, the chance there for this Hellborn team. But yeah, not even having an energy field either. That's pretty brutal. He hit level 6 in mid-fight, so no energy field from Engineer coming out. And again, even with basically perfect scenario coming out to initiate, the big picture doesn't really end the prettiest. So as far as GPM goes, I mean, everyone on Legion team is farming better than everyone on the Hellborn team, other than Dark Lady. And she's only doing better than 2 of the heroes. So there's a lot of things we can just say right now, stat-wise, as to why Recent Gaming's just so far ahead. It's going to get even further ahead. Dark Lady, she's in trouble once again. Energy field will cut them off. Will it? Long enough? Namin? Yes, it will. She barely ports back to base in time.
He didn't activate the DD till way later in that fight.
So. Oh, yeah, that earlier, yeah.
Oh, bottom planks.
Yeah, good find there. Take out Clanks at least.
So yeah, Legion team splitting up and Hellborn team making some really needed pickoffs. And that's the biggest kill you can get. He's worth a ton of gold and experience being level 14. So.
Yeah. God, it's surprising Dark Lady still doesn't have the Rune Cleaver yet. She was so close to it early on in the game, farming nearly 400 gold per minute, but obviously she's been occupied as of late, so finally gets it.
And it would have made a huge difference in that fight when Riftwalker landed that wormhole, yeah.
That's true. Yeah, AoE synergy there.
See if they go for Kongor, Legion team.
Look at Deadwood. Make, even with 8 deaths, has still managed to almost get a portal key here. I mean, granted, he's got Striders only, but still. Yeah, portal key is something. It's a beginning, at least.
I mean, if he can pick off Ophelia early in the fight, and she doesn't get any of her heals off, Astrolabe or Ophelia's touch, I mean, that's pretty big. Probably a decent target. Or maybe even just burst down the Clanks, like you said earlier. So he's got a couple of targets, because Clanks is so squishy. Finally does pick up a Shrunken, though.
Yeah, not so squishy anymore.
Yeah, that'll help him a little bit. Current deaths record 11.
Is it?
That's what Quincy just said.
That's Make's current death record, or?
No, Deadwood as a hero.
Deadwood in general, and that's probably like in a 60-minute game too, to be fair. Boy. Again, it's nothing against Make. I mean, the setup was just not. It was horrible for a Deadwood. So
Make's played phenomenal today.
Yeah, in the first series he played great. That's for sure. This game, though, not set up for it. And again, as a team, just things haven't really been connecting. So Conger goes down, Token now. So not only does Clinks have that Shrunken, but now a Token on top of that. Yeah, it's a 50-minute game. Clarifying. Helm of the Black Legion picked up on Seth right here. It seems like we saw the last game too, right? In the other series, Morax is getting a Helm of the Black Legion. That's not an item we see often, honestly, nowadays. But
yeah,
I mean, just likes it.
It's what else are you gonna do with the Beast Heart? I mean,
Elder Parasite.
Yeah. I like to see it with the Chalice. I feel like it complements the Chalice more, the health regen now, and Chalice is so strong, and Meraxis has mana issues, so I guess it doesn't have the item slots for it. But you could always break down into other items later, so it's a pretty useful item. Yeah. I don't mind it.
As it here,
they're gonna see the mines. Oh wait, no, those are
where are the mines?
Fusen's mine. They got a couple of them up there.
Okay. Yeah, that's an interesting spot, actually. But we'll see if somebody runs to it. Morax is going to jump in, though. Puppet Master, the target choice. Now, Dark Lady with the cover darkness in the background, but Shrunken Head from Clanks. He doesn't care. The mines do go out, but again, the Shrunken Head is going to mitigate it anyways. They get the kill on a Deadwood once again, and now the tower is exposed. Do some good damage to it. Clanks is flying away, though. He does have a token, but playing it pretty safe.
Well, they got the buyback out on Puppet and Deadwood.
Did they? Okay.
Wait, when did Deadwood use a buyback? Did he?
That must have been earlier. Yeah, I didn't even notice myself. So must have been earlier though.
They did get one on Puppet, so that's probably why they backed. They felt comfortable enough. I don't know. Reason's not taking any chances. They don't want to throw a big team fight and then give the momentum to this, which is still a really strong team. If they somehow get the, a couple more 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you know, we were complimenting Bad Monkey Gaming in the semifinals earlier about that against Team Grief. They were clearly here on a mission to go to DreamHack. They were playing it very safe, even with a very hefty lead. Uh-oh, Puppet Master. He gets caught. Skeleton King net comes out. And here's the follow-up pursuit. Mora comes in with a stun as well, and Puppet Master is eventually going to be killed off, it looks like. Engineer, nice job with a Mana Sunder onto him, preventing an energy field to guarantee the kill right there, too.
Tango Fed on using those creeps perfectly.
Yeah. He's done that once or twice before. Pretty comfortable hero for him, and there goes the tower. Oop, the mines. That's Half-Life of Clinks.
They
right
hit
there.
hard.
Yeah, they do. There's the wormhole once again. It does hit 3. Ophelia's touch. Clinks is going to fall, but again, he has a token of life. Going to come right back up. Energy field in the background. Dark Lady's just sitting back, man. She's not doing anything right now. She's locked down. She gets pushed forward. And the Matrix explosion. A hat trick for Seth, and that really should do it if it wasn't over already. GG, well played. Game 1 going to be going to Reason Gaming here in this best of 3 of our finals.
Quincy, has Miraxis lost the game today?
He lost in the last series, right? Yeah, I think he was